the natives, your ancestors, you. So when I said earlier, if you don't believe, because we're going to words, I'm going to the dictionary and look, guys, what they're doing is they're sending you to go online and look up words. I'm not saying that that's bad, but know that it's not complete and know that it's modified a lot of times to limit what you see. I want you to look up a word called etymon or etymology. Know what etymology is. And the dictionaries, unabridged dictionaries of old and even some modern day dictionaries, but they're fastly canceling it out, includes the etymology right after the word entry. Now, when you look up a word, you'll see some abbreviation, maybe a A, maybe a AD, maybe a N, a noun, an adjective, an adverb, maybe a V, a verb that represents the part of speech of the word. Stay with me now. It's not going to be too bad. And then there's a bracket, this half a square. And inside the bracket is a lot of information, and sometimes it looks like chicken scratch, foreign language, all kind of abbreviations, and then the bracket closes. Well, inside that bracket is the etymon. And when we look up words, a lot of times, most times in the 90th percentile, we grab the dictionary and start reading what we think is the meaning of the word. And what I want to have you do is pay attention to the etymon. And if the dictionaries don't have the etymology, that information in the brackets, then that's not the dictionary you want. The etymon is the history of the word. So inside the brackets, you will see what language the word came from. And once you understand the coded information, you'll know the time that the language came into existence, how long it existed. You'll know that this word went from this language to that language, and it will represent a year given the indicated language and abbreviation. You'll know the root word or base meaning of the word. You'll know how the word is said in multiple languages. You'll also know synonyms, other words that mean the exact same thing. And in the etymon, you can determine the history of a word, and therefore you can make the determination if a word is being used out of place. Keep in mind that when you know the history of the word, if you know the language, then you know the culture. And the culture is in the language. Pay attention. Let's get these dictionaries. And I'm talking about the oldest dictionary you can find, because in that is a treasure chest of information. And we're going to come back to treasure chest. So just stay with me now on these words. We did American. It's saying that the copper colored races, that's the so-called blacks, you, the so-called Negro, the so-called minority, the so-called people of color were already here. The so-called colored person already here when Europeans arrived. That's what the old dictionaries say repeatedly. The new dictionaries pretend like it never happened. Pay attention. So I'm looking up words and I'm doing research, because a big thing that confuses everybody is no. The Indians were the first people here. Well, first of all, Indian is from Indonesia, or Indians are from India. Man, that's a fake out name given to indigenous people. But listen, what you think they look like, somebody trick you. There is the Mongolian people that came down through the Barren Straits. Look at California to the left of your current map that they show you of the American territory, and where Khalifa ran things, and she was a copper-colored person. But above California, you Oregon's in there, Washington's over there.